From April, about a convicted felon's struggle to find work struck a nerve among you, our viewers. ABC7 received about a dozen emails from others who found themselves in similar circumstances. ABC7's Stephanie Valle shares a story of one woman's fight to keep her past behind her and what change could be on the horizon in the Texas legislature. It's tonight's special report, only on ABC7.
Mario Morones' struggle to find work as a felon.
You know, you can explain and this and that, but still, they'll look for somebody else that's clean, has a clean record.
Hit home for this woman.
I literally cried because it was so nice to know that I was not the only person having this problem.
She didn't want to be identified because she didn't want her story to affect her year-long search for a job, even though it already has.
Because I've been in interviews, and when the interviewer gets to that location, you could literally see their demeanor change once they see that you check that box that you have been convicted of a felony.
Her crime? Felony credit card abuse. 3 counts in 2000 earned her 5 years probation.
I had a lapse of judgment. I was a young single mother and I was struggling to take care of my child, and I just made a very bad choice, and I've learned from it.
She gave me a copy of her resume. She worked in the private sector before, during, and after she was sentenced, and worked for the state and federal government after she completed her probation. She told me she had to leave her job after she was diagnosed with cancer and hasn't had any luck getting back into the workforce now that she's in remission.
Everywhere I turn, it's just like a door slamming in my face, and I'm just looking for that one door to be cracked where I can just put my foot in it and prove that I'm a good person.
And this is the exact issue they're talking about, employability. There are certain nonviolent offenders that we don't want to make unemployable for the rest of their lives.
State Representative Joe Moody on the phone from Austin recently. He told me the legislature has been looking at redoing the laws regulating deferred adjudication. That's when a defendant pleads guilty to a judge and is placed on probation. The judge dismisses the case once the defendant completes probation, and the judge defers the finding of guilt. This is not considered a conviction under state law.
And in most people's mind, when they go through that, they go, if they dismiss the case, and that means it's not going to follow me for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, that's not been the case for even those who have the cases dismissed.
Moody says House Bill 3936 would allow certain offenders to not disclose to the public their criminal history if they receive deferred adjudication.
It is our job to make sure that the laws we put on the books actually work the way they're supposed to. Those things outside the criminal justice process are the ones that we need to take care of within the system so that we don't do that to a large class of nonviolent offenders in the state.
Meantime, this El Paso woman says she'll try to maintain her optimism and will continue being upfront about her background during job interviews.
I am a success story. I am what the correction department aims to be. I would like the employers to judge people based on who they are today and not who they were 10 years ago.
Stephanie Valle, ABC7.
The Texas House Bill 3936 made it out of committee and is scheduled to be heard by the full House. We'll be right back. Stay with us.